Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Chad Franz will give you an update here as we head into the next several days. Overall, we'll be looking at some quieter weather, but also some cooler than normal conditions coming up for the next couple of days as well. So far for the month of May, temperatures have been a little bit below average. Most of that done in the first 10 days of the month. And then we've seen a small warming trend throughout the weekend and now cool and seasonably cool weather for the rest of this week. Temperatures will trend downward for daytime highs, nighttime lows. We're talking more 30s for lows at night, more daytime highs barely in the 60s. And then we flip the switch a little bit going into the Memorial Day weekend. And that forecast actually shaping up to be, well, not only substantially warmer, but also a little more humid as well. Warmer temperatures ahead. Here's what's coming up for tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. Lower to middle 60s. Sunday, we're in the low 70s as a warm front passes overhead. And Memorial Day on Monday, we should be running real close to 80 degrees. We're going to get a little bubble of heat going into early next week. More on that yet to come. Memorial Day weekend at a glance. Sunny breaks on Friday, 63, 65 with morning showers on Saturday. Same thing on Sunday. I think the rain potential Saturday is greater than Sunday and will linger into the early afternoon on Saturday. Sunday morning shower chance done by 9 or 10 in the morning. And then the much warmer conditions coming up on Monday. That'll continue into Tuesday of next week as well. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about the cool weather that we have today. It is noticeably less windy than yesterday. And while technically we don't have a wind chill when temperatures are above 50 degrees, it certainly does feel warmer out there today compared to yesterday as well. A little more sunshine will take over going into the afternoon. Been noticing this on the Plover Skycam. Looks like they're doing some work right in front of the building there. So if you see an obscured view, a little bit of building work being done there at a location on the Plover Skycam. DOT traffic cameras, things are moving pretty smoothly at this time. Keep in mind, this is the middle of road construction season. Rib Mountain is always going to be busy at this point. And so please allow for extra time. Have patience as well when you're doing some traveling on the roadways, especially in and around all construction zones. And of course, obviously slow it down. Be very careful out there as well. And temperatures barely in the low 50s going into lunch hour. A little cooler in the Northwoods, also a little cooler lakeside, Sheboygan in the upper 40s, on our way to the low 60s for today. Temperatures started out in the 30s and 40s for most of the upper Midwest this morning. And right now, looking at generally quiet conditions from Badger State all the way through the land of 10,000 lakes at this time. Temperatures warming up off to the west. While it's a little cool across the Great Lakes region, it's starting to turn warmer off to the west. 63 in Rapid City before the lunch hour today, and right now 55 in Des Moines in Sioux Falls. Temperatures were a little cooler than where we were yesterday at this point around the lunchtime, but also it was noticeably more windy, and the warmer conditions off to the west are going to slowly spill into our region going into the weekend. Departure from normal temperatures, everybody in the upper Midwest pretty much below the seasonal average. Marquette the only exception, but keep in mind, Marquette this time of year, their average temperatures are about 15 to 20 degrees cooler than most of our area because of the influence of Lake Superior and some cooler temperatures up there with the wind coming off the lake. Rest of today, temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. We are going to cool off quite a bit for tonight and drop back to the 30s. There may be a few areas of frost tomorrow morning, especially outside of city limits and across parts of the Northwoods. So that is still our main concern for the short term. And right now, the National Weather Service has not said anything about doing frost advisories for tonight into tomorrow morning. If they did so, probably looking at Vilas, Oneida, and Forest counties. Now, keep in mind, this time of year, we don't stay cool that long. So low temperatures are occurring between 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning. By 7 o'clock, we're already in the middle 30s in the Northwoods. So having said that, even if we do get down to a couple of hours of 34, 35, probably not enough for killing frost. But if you are in those traditional lower lying areas outside of city limits or in the cranberry bogs, I would cover things up tonight just to make sure. Now, precipitation chance is very minimal, at least until Friday after 10 o'clock at night. That lasts into Saturday morning. And again, I think Saturday morning shower chance lingers into the early afternoon. Sunday morning shower chance then drying out for Memorial Day and going in behind it. Saturday, again, scattered showers, maybe a rumble thunder in the morning hours. Saturday tapering off for the early afternoon. Morning showers Sunday, milder temperatures as the warm front passes overhead. And then Monday, staying very warm. We'll get into the bubble of high pressure. Monday's highs either side of 80, Tuesday low 80s, and then late Tuesday night, maybe the next round of storms, more so coming up for Wednesday of next week. So seasonally cooler temperatures ahead for the next 3 or 4 days. Milder temperatures coming in as the jet stream lifts to the north for Sunday. Then the warmth building across the central plains states Monday into Tuesday spills right into Wisconsin. Now, we're not talking about, notice how I use the term, and I've used the word warm. I haven't used hot. Temperatures are going to be back in the 80s and maybe get to some low 90s in the Dakotas. For us, it's more 80s than anything else. And then we'll start to watch kind of the trend for the end of the month of May. Right now, it looks like we may get another cool down. Case in point, that jet stream off to the west takes a little dip. So maybe at the end of next week, about 9 to 10 days out, we're going to get a quick cool down, and then it should warm up substantially at the last point of May, the last day or two, and then going into especially early June. So 8 to 14 day temperature trend does reflect that. Again, I'm not going to rule out a little cool down at the end of next week, that next Thursday and Friday, the 26th, 27th, 28th. That we may see just a slight, or I should say 27th, 28th, 29th. I think we'll see a slight cool down then, and then warming up substantially that last couple of days of May into early June. Verdict is still out on this one. I don't know if I quite believe we'll have below normal precipitation during that time. It also would not be a good thing because we're in the middle of growing season at that point. I just looked at the crop planting report for Wisconsin. Depending on your crop right now, you're anywhere from 50 to 85 to 90% into the ground. So again, I'm not sold that the below normal precipitation is going to happen around the turn of the month in Wisconsin because of the change in the jet stream. But that's, again, kind of the long-term outlook. Short-term outlook, here's how it shapes up. Seasonally cool temperatures the next several days. Shower chance on Saturday. That, again, I think will linger into the early afternoon. Shower chance Sunday morning. That's all done before the lunchtime. Memorial Day, hot. Tuesday, hot. Wednesday, hot. And then we'll have thunderstorms coming in Wednesday of next week. And, again, that last Thursday and Friday, 8 or 9 days from now, I do anticipate a small cool down before we see a substantial warming trend going into the first part of June. And of course, this time of year, depending on our school district, seniors are done on Friday, and you have graduations coming up next week, and there's a lot of heat, at least for the first couple of days of the week. I know I can't imagine there's any graduation set for Monday on Memorial Day. I know Everest is on Wednesday. There may be some graduations Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday outside of that. I just know Everest because that's where my daughter is graduating from. So yay, Chloe, good job. Anyway, thanks for logging on this. We are Wednesday, May 20th. Memorial Day is coming up. The unofficial kickoff to summer is coming up on Monday of this week. Is only a handful of days away. Until that time, our main weather threat right now, frost potential tonight. Outside city limits, I do anticipate some locations, maybe 33, 34 for an hour or two. For most intents and purposes, that's probably not enough of the cold in a long enough period of time to really cause problems. But having said that, if you're in a traditionally colder area, lower lying area, way outside city limits, you may want to cover things up for tonight. After the chance for frost tonight, really the next threat is going to be some drier weather. There's not much of a severe thunderstorm threat for any of these shower chances Saturday and Sunday morning just because of the timing. In the next week, we're in the low 80s. It doesn't look like it's going to be unusually humid and just roasting out there. So our next chance for any kind of a first alert weather day, we wouldn't do it for the small chance of frost tomorrow morning. So if we're looking at chances for a first alert weather day, maybe Wednesday night of next week because of strong storm potential, and then also into Thursday, depending on when that storm system will clear out across the upper Midwest, including right here in the Badger State. Thanks for logging on this Wednesday, May 20th. Don't forget to download the latest First Alert Weather app. Make sure the location services are on. That way, if and when there is any severe weather, and when I say severe weather, it's any weather situation. If you're living in, let's say, Crandon, and you have our First Alert Weather app and you have the location services on so it knows you're there and whenever you're there, if a frost advisor comes out, it's going to ding your phone. Flip side of that, severe weather season, if you're traveling, it is going to send you warnings directly to your device on the location you are at that time. Now, if you don't want it to travel with you, you can certainly set it on home and just stay at home. But most people do it with traveling because obviously you want to know what is going on in and around your area. Thanks for logging on today. Hope you're having yourselves an awesome, fabulous day. Stay tuned as always for more updates. Here's a look at 7-day forecast on the way out. Have a fantabulous day, everyone.